Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets. It's Monday morning. It's Columbus Day in America, but that's not stopping the market short of movement or, matter of fact, not stopping TradeView for that matter, or any of our traders, because there's a lot of opportunity, and we posted a couple of good trades this morning. And by the way, just because it's a holiday, the data doesn't stop. Not to repeat myself, you know what? Let's sign into TradeGate Hub. As I said before, I'll say it again. I sign in the same way everybody else does. I go into tvmarkets.com. I press the TradeGate Hub tab. I log in and I'm in. Thanks, coach. Appreciate it. Okay. So I wanted to log in before dissertating, if you will. It's because Monday morning is the most amount of data that I post. It's the most I believe it's the most relevant because as the week progresses, for example, here's our tactical sentiment. Okay. We had a weekday on Friday. Now we're having a mixed day today. Where's the market as we speak? Where's the market? Let me punch up there. The market, that's not that. We're doing a little bit better. That's fine. The market is, futures are up 20 handles. The Dow is down a little bit. Then the S&P is up 20 handles. All right. So whatever. Okay. So Monday morning is the most important data because you know what? For example, let's look at sector sentiment. Sector sentiment, we started the day, for example, biotech is which we bought them on the open, started, way over. This is going back almost a year. So it's way over sold. So let me share the screen here. So looking at Lebu, which is or you can go to XBI, whichever you want, go to the long-term charts. This is something that we bought that was in the hole. Matter of fact, I bought Label in the hole. I didn't buy enough of it. Maybe I bought 1,000 shares, made $1,200. I bought it in the hole, and that's because of this. A couple of things. And the biotechs came in way oversold, and it was a down open. Now, the reason why I'm going even further into saying this is imperative or important information on Monday morning. So suppose Lebu bounced a little bit. Lebu's up $2, up 2%. So then you go back to what's at biotech. So maybe it's at the green line. It's a little bit oversold, but it might bounce a little bit. So you have to kind of mentally adjust and get used to it. It's almost like a free throw shooter, a basketball player. They innately know where the 3-point line is. If you look at the majority of the free throw of the NBA players, they don't have time to look down to see it and see if they're taking a 3-pointer. Just by knowing the court and their awareness, they know the adjustments that they have to make. And Monday morning, when I post sector sentiment, by the way, I digress. I post it almost every day. I'm just making an example here. Oil producers, same thing on the opposite, which was why I shorted them this morning. Doesn't mean they're going to go negative. It doesn't mean they're going to the bearish territory. It means we're trying to take some money out of the market predicated upon something being overbought, oversold, or the market opening up or down. This morning, it opened down and rallied. So that's what we do Monday morning. Also, a global macro dashboard. We're an international firm. It's my duty to post what's going on with the international markets year to date, how the dollar is doing, forex. That's also up to coach. Here's the world markets we post. And once again, I don't really trade the world markets. I really don't trade a lot of ADRs. I like to know what's going on just because I think well, you know what? Not because I think I should, because I want to. It's not necessarily something I trade, but at the very least, I have to be well versed. It's my duty. SPY gamma exposure, that's self-explanatory. That's why we wrap. Hold on. 3 days ago, we were down here in the oversold. I kept pointing it out every time we're oversold gamma. That's why we rally. So Friday, so everybody that was expecting this Friday gamma squeeze, it already happened. That's why the market pulled back on Friday. I'm jumping ahead to a degree. So let's go on. Let's talk about what's going on today. Okay. This was the sentiment today. So when I punched up the market here, we're up 20 handles. The NASDAQ is up a little bit. So we're going to have to adjust. We are about right here on tactical sentiment. As I said before, tactical sentiment is a tool. For example, we're here to, for example, we're sitting down at a meal. You know, you have a lot of utensils. You have a fork, you have a spoon. Some, the nicer restaurants, you have several utensils. This is just one thing to use for you to take money out of the market. Sentiment is not the only way to do it, because the most important thing to remember is sentiment can, Coach will edify this a million times, can stay stretched more than people can stay solvent. Fear and greed over time. Nobody, I'm not fearful, but it's down there. Coach and I talked about it last week. We'll probably talk about it on Wednesday. Crude. Here's crude oil. Hold on a second. Where's crude now? Crude oil on an up open. Oh, here we are. This is the USO. The USO is the general ETF, if you will. Okay. So crude oil on an up open with indices being stretched, crude oil right here, probably up as once again, we're going back to 2020, the highest it's ever been. It's worth a fade. You know what worked, for example. Let me give another example. I'm short COP from 76 here. Just because crude is elevated and ConocoPhillips, I should know this. Oh, Jesus, it's breaking high. That's not good for the family, though. Is the highest RSI it's been. So this morning, I was shorting it at 76 pre-market. By the way, this will also give you an example that one day doesn't make a reversal. 76, where's 76? I was shorting it. 76, right? Trust me. And I covered around 74. And that's because crude oil was stretched. ConocoPhillips was stretched. We'll see if it closes on a doji here and see. You know what? I would like it to have more volume, to have some downside capitulation. But certainly it's in play, and that's why I tried it. That's why I traded it. And once again, I wasn't looking for it to go $5 down or go back. This is the weekly, which made me even edify more. You know, I'm not expecting it to go back even down to 70. I'm trading it. There are different type of styles, and that's a trade. So let's go back to our routine for the morning. Okay, so crude oil came in stretched. Gold making a nice run. The coach will give you a little bit more information on that. We had avoided the miners. They had bounced a little bit though. The long bond, that's what everything is dry. Listen, I learned one thing in this last pullback, that aside from disease, COVID, a plane crash, whatever you want to call it, the market moves on one thing and one thing moves only, and it's money. And interest rates is what drives money, and that's why the market's moving the way it is. The S&P index, future sentiment mixed, no move. NASDAQ, we're not surprised it bounced, probably in the middle territory. Now you got to be a little bit more tactful. NASDAQ, as of this AM, was a touch oversold. And that was 4 hours ago. Let me change screens. That completely changed the complexion. But that was it's 7 in the morning. And the NASDAQ at 7 in the morning. Let's go to the outside hours. 7 in the morning is right here. Yeah, the NASDAQ was oversold when the Qs were 358. Now they're 362. Trade's over. You know what I mean? Now they're approaching upside on the 8 to 10 and the 50-day moving average. Move's been made right now. It's a holiday. It is a Monday right now at 11:10. Although, as I said, there's movement, but the move's been made. Go back to the sentiment indicator. Goldman sentiment indicator, neutral. There's money on the sidelines. We get it. Excuse me. That's people signing in. I apologize. There's money on the sidelines. Sector sentiment. We don't have to repeat ourselves. World sentiment again. SPY gamma exposure. That's why we rallied Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday and Thursday. No surprise we dipped on Friday because it was elevated. You know what? These option traders, they anticipated the Friday move. They stepped in front of you. That's what happened. Client inflows and outflows. Take a look. Hedge fund exposure. They sold a little bit when the markets turned off. That's good. We want them to sell more because we want them if we want the hedge funds to flinch, and then we want more money on the sidelines. Key economic data in the next 3 weeks. We get even more specific to the week ahead. Earnings for the week. I'll update that more. We don't really like playing earnings plays, but maybe we play tag-alongs. It's important. The power scan is a good power scan. Lewis about this yesterday. It's a nice list about what's going on. REN, HUT, we're long it. No surprise. CAR, I'm actually short a little bit. A couple of these are oils. SM, COP, FANG, CBE, Marathon, PXD, Moss. These are the stocks that move too, as well as, not to jump ahead, these. These stocks that I post every day with range and volume, these work. Look at CCXI, for example, not to jump ahead, but this was number one on the list. And CCXI today is doing what? Up 250, there's the chart. And I'm upset I didn't have it. Traded 125 million shares, had a range from 15 to 40. I think it opened down this morning. Nah, you know what? Hold on. That's pre-market. You know what? It worked. You know what? If this stock, it worked. I didn't have it. This might ruin my Columbus day. Damn. Anyway. Next. All right. So, for example, that's DATS. Here's another one. Here's number two. DATS. What did this do? As long as we're the Columbus Day has a cloud over it. DATS. DATS of $1.32. Why not? You bastard. This worked too. I took my eye off it. It opened down. Now it's going to the high. But the bottom line is this. I'm here to give you what was hot the day before. It's my job. Same thing with Don. Okay, here's another example. PEGs. Finished with tremendous volume, huge range, and on the low. And I'm not making this up. This stock imploded. It was down another $3. PEGs. It's the Brazilian paymaker, like ST&E. The payment processor. I don't know what's going on in Brazil. But, once again, and this is what I learned a little bit later on in my career, I like to. You take the top 5 or 10 best, you take the top 5 worst. Then you go over and you do your homework. This is what I do. I write them down, and then I go over what had range, just like I do. Here's today's range. In numerical order, I give it to you. Relative volume leaders, numerical order is given to you. All above the moving averages. Change over the SMD, numerical order given to you. We've been throwing option flow lately. So what I'm saying is, if you want to be the great overnighters, look at the top 5 or 10 with range, volume, and good price action on both sides. And then we go to the chart and we see how they act. Starting probably about 230, 315, 230, 245. And you know what? Some of them don't work, but net, over time, we're trying to prove to you that these stocks that we give you, like a CCXI and a DATS and a PEGs, these things work and pay. Some of them might not work. And so you know what? No, some of them aren't going to work. But net, we're here to have a good win percentage and take money out of the market. And this is how we do it. Let's keep sharing the screen. I'm done pontificating. Actually, it's helping me as well. Now I know what these things are doing. Okay. Back to the Monday morning routine. Data week ahead, earnings, the list, upgrades and downgrades by Walter Bloomberg. If Walter Bloomberg is saying it, maybe go to Walter Bloomberg and see what he's doing and go to his Twitter feed. Okay, let's go to, again, ARK Investments. For those of you who follow Kathy Wood, there she is. She's getting hot again. Another guy I follow, a good macro view of the market. Some more things that I posted may be relevant. It's also in the bottom right here, but I posted again. HUT, I like the best. We're in it. LUV was down. Again, stocks with range and moves, and those that are moving pre-market. So then I go to my Twitter feed. As I said before 1,000 times, I'm not going to apologize. The Twitter feed is quality, not quantity on this feed. Go to who I follow. These guys right here, news, biotechnology stocks, chartists, stocks that move, IPO guys, there, Jim Cramer, Santoli, everybody. Also, let's go to my other page, see what's moving now, what's hot right now. Okay, share screen. I'm sharing this thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, this is what's moving right now. Okay, this is what I look at. OCUL. It's $11 stock. It's up 15%. It's near the high. It's gone up 2% the last minute and has 300% of its volume. I'm interested. It's not that difficult. Let's look at it. USWS. All right. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me show you one. USWS. Okay. I'm interested. Has a range from 350 positive price action to 330. I'll look at the news after. I don't have time now. I like it to be over the 200-day moving average, which was the bright green. It's had this type of move before, as you see. It's probably a one-day wonder. It's up to me. Like I said, I'll go back and do my homework afterwards. So that's one that's moving. Let's go back over here. Okay, PAG's still in the low. There it is. I didn't make it up. Etsy's weak. A&F is weak. Retailers. Let's look at the alert page. Hopefully none of the oils. Diddy. That's interesting. What's Diddy doing? P. Diddy. P. Diddy. Oh, no. P. Diddy. Everybody knows it's the Uber of China. Nobody wanted it at 744. Now they're chasing it above the moving averages with decent volume. It's not for me, though. 1, 2, 3, 4 days up. Maybe it goes to 901. I'm not in it to make another 30 cents here, especially what they could do pull with a Chinese stock. We'll see. Maybe on a pullback, maybe it's an after-hour play. Maybe I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet about that one. I'm not going to give too much away. You have to be watching the teacher. You know, if I give too many trades away, nobody's going to be listening. What else? OCOL, EVLO, no good. Fizzler is looking good. Coin, very good. Let's look at why I'm long. The coin looks good. And why I'm long this A and Y. I'm long A and Y. Hopefully it keeps going up. I like this A and Y. It's a Bitcoin play. A couple of guys in the room like it. It finally broke out a little bit. You know what? I'm up in it. As I said, it's got the moves. I wish it had a little bit more juice. What's Mara doing? Mara's arguably the best of breed with those Bitcoin miners. Yeah, that's breaking out too. It's got more room to go. Where's the coin? You know why they're all going? Because this one led the way, the Silvergate Capital. This stock I had cheap. This is the line I drew in the video last week at 129. Didn't want it at 129 to 160. Jesus Christ. Look at the movie these things making. Oh my God. All right. At least we're in it. All right, let's go to TradeGate up, see if anybody's asking any questions. Anyone? What's a doji? What's a doji? A doji, well, yeah, Ifer, thanks for asking me. A doji candlestick. He let me off the hook, coach, with the doji. The doji is this. You ever want to go anything, go to this. Doji. Boom. That'll tell you what it is right there. I could explain that's self-explanatory. Doji's like knowing that that a green, you stop on red at a red light. All right. Well, anyway, coming this afternoon. You know, let's look what's going on here. Energy is the only sector at least 27 members. They're right. Energy is flying. OCOL, Ruby, PIR. Go to TradeGate Hub. Let's go to what's moving. Anyway, it's going to start some earnings seasons, and it's approaching 11:20. Let me get back to what I'm doing here. ENPH is going higher. Solars look better. Anyone? There you go. Let's go to some solars before I sign off and why I'm looking at these. So Run is arguably the best of breed. It's above the moving averages, except the 200-day ENPH as well. That's got a little bit of resistance overhead. JKS got upgraded to Chinese solar. I can't do it. If anybody knows anything about me, you know that JKS went from 17 to 90. Oh my God. Still, when I look at this, not even, you know what? Even stocks that are major momentum stocks have had pullbacks like that, and had pulled some pullbacks along the way, but not this thing. Still to this day, it got me. Oy. All right. See you tomorrow, Trader Mike. Well, you see me later, Coach. I'm going to give you some winners in the afternoon, but we're going to be on Coach and I are Tuesday. Tuesdays, Coach and I are on at 9:35. I'm looking forward to it. It's actually one of my favorite ones of the week. SoFi, somebody's telling me. What's up with the SoFi? See you tomorrow, Coach. What SoFi is doing before we go. Somebody's telling me that this SoFi. It's breaking higher, SoFi. All right. They'll look at a nice upgrade. And we talked about the opening range breakout. This was the open. I took my eye off it because you can't trade them all. And it came out at opening range. The opening range breakout, they say. Here's the gap. SoFi. It might go up again. It got the upgrade. It's crowded. It's crowded. I might buy on a pullback, but there's nothing I can really do here, especially during lunchtime. But you know what? I will tell you. Let's go to our stock page and go to top percent gainers of New York Stock Exchange stocks. Top percent gainers. And should have SoFi in here. Oh, it's a NASDAQ, duh. There we have SoFi for you. So, we program the TradeGate hub to be the one-stop shopper. So I wouldn't have to all these queries, and you would just have to trust me, take my word for it. But SoFi's on the list, and it's on TradeGate hub. So not to be redundant, I'm going to leave you guys off, though. There's some movement here. I have some reshuffling to do, and we'll leave you off. Everybody have a nice afternoon. If you are taking off for the rest of the day, don't do it. No, I'm only kidding. Enjoy yourself. Trade well. We'll be here tomorrow morning with me and the coach. So we'll see everybody later. Have a good day.